Alrighty, everybody, and welcome back to Bar Talk Live. I'm Marcus, as always, and joined with me are Alan and Ivan. Guys, how are we doing this week?
Been a long week again. JK, it's
Been-
actually been pretty good. Pretty good. Excited for this week. Just ready to get it over with, I think. So,
Interesting. It's only Tuesday, so
you know.
one week already. Yeah, no, I think we,
My
you know,
signal's good enough. We'll see.
you look fine on my end, but no, it's been a nice week so far, but it's gonna get a little bit crazier tonight for sure. If you guys haven't seen, today we're playing Two Truths and a Lie, but we'll get into that here in just a little bit. First, let's go ahead and go over our drink of the week. So, just to give you guys a little bit of insight, with our game tonight, we are doing a punishment. So, the punishments require two drinks, and for me, those two drinks are Michelob Ultra and then little fireball shooters. What do you guys got for us tonight?
I am going with a classic
Oh.
Modelo.
Oh.
Bud Light.
Oh, the Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
And they didn't have Fireball at the liquor store.
Oh, the Western Sun. My gosh. And Alan, you got
Wow.
fireball shooters, is that right?
I do. They're fucking only sell these in 10-packs, guys. What the heck type of shit is that?
Hey, then we should have a
Hey,
party.
double up, son. Double up, son.
Yeah. So, Ivan, you got a dad joke for us this week?
Dude. What genre are national anthems?
What
Historical.
genre are national anthems?
Main of. I don't know. What are they?
Rock and
Country.
roll. Country? Okay. Okay. Country.
That's a good knee
Fucking
slapper.
stupid. All right, Ivan, I like it. All right, so you guys just want to jump straight into it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
do it.
Should we kind of explain the penalties?
Yeah, so
So,
for those of you listening, the way the game works, of course, we have two truths and a lie here, and we're each going to go round by round. So we're going to have a total of 9 rounds. We each have 3. And we are going to give 3 statements, and the other 2 have to guess which one is the lie. And the way that the punishment works is if you find out the lie, if the other 2 people guess the lie, then the person that gave the statements, for example, if I were given the statements, I would have to take one of my shooters or one of the fireball shots. For Ivan, it's going to be that Western Sun vodka shot.
Why would you do Western Sun, bro?
It's going to be brutal.
I know I was freaking out at the gas station or at the liquor store. I don't know what you want me to do.
But if the other 2 guys incorrectly guess my lie, if they pick one of my truths, then they have to shotgun a beer, or in Alan's case, tornado his beer.
I will tornado to hell out of this. I have a
You guys
headache
think-
thinking about this already, guys.
you know, after our draft night, you think that we would have figured out a different type of punishment rather than shotgunning?
At least that's
But-
not 10 fucking shotgun. That's not 10.
That's true.
It
Oh, it was
might
a whole
be-
12-pack, remember?
Oh yeah, it was a whole 12-pack. Yeah,
Yeah.
I only did like 9.
Yeah,
I think me and Marcus did like 10, maybe.
10. Yeah. And then I had 2
That was
shots
tough.
for no reason at all. Yeah.
Shit.
So, you guys ready to jump into this,
All right,
or
well, how do who
I'm gonna
starts?
close that window behind me real quick.
okay? Who wants to go first? I'm nervous, honestly. I was really I'm really
Who's gonna
confident
start?
in my things. All right. So I've kind of broken mine into 3 separate categories. So this first one is like injury based. Okay.
Injury based. Okay.
So my first one, I once tripped over a pallet and broke my arm while reading a book. Okay. And then my second one, during a golf tournament in high school, another player accidentally hit me with their ball.
That one's true.
The third one, I was once pushed into the bushes by my dad while walking up to our front door.
That's true, because I've seen you fall into a bush.
Bitch. So
I've seen you-
those are my 3 statements there. You guys feel free to ask me any questions.
Okay, I was about to say, can we question?
Or
So,
are you reading
Yeah.
a book?
well, why were you reading a book? And it's over. What would you say? You tripped over a what?
Tripped over a pallet.
But you only worked around pallets at
Why were
Walmart.
you reading a book though?
It was a book that I saw that looked really interesting. Decided to pick it up and read it. And I will give you this preface. It wasn't while I was working at Walmart. This was just me as a random shopper.
No, I don't believe. I believe the golf one because you were a golfer,
Yeah, I was a golfer.
and I believe your dad pushing you into a bush.
Why do you believe that one so easily?
I've seen you fall into a bush, so I feel like that's believable. But at the same time, I'm gonna go with. Fuck. Help me out, chat. Help me out, chat.
Damn, Matt said it's the first one. We all know Marcus can't read.
That's true. That's true. I just don't see you reading and falling over. I'm gonna go with the first one.
Okay.
Final answer, first one.
Did you play a high school golf?
He did.
Yes,
play-
I did play high school golf. I played middle school and high school.
No, you know what? You know what? I'm not gonna go. That's not my final answer. Hold on.
I mean, you guys can ask me any questions you want.
Were you naked?
For which one?
What was the genre of the book?
It was a kid's book.
What's the name of the book?
I don't remember the exact name of the book, but it was Shrek 2. It was that kid's
No,
book.
it's the first one. It's the first one. It's the first one. I'm going with the first one. Final answer, first one. I'm
I think I'm going with the first one.
You're going with the first one?
going with the first one.
Oh, here, Wendy, I'll
Yeah.
repeat them real quick. So, my first one is I once tripped over a pallet and broke my arm while reading a book.
I feel like you would have told me you broke your arm though.
My second one, during a golf tournament in high school, another player accidentally hit me with their ball.
That sounds believable because Marcus
That's
is in the way.
believable. It's a bunch of amateurs.
Marcus is in the way over here, and I would be here for Marcus if I was a golfer. I'd be like 4 and just hit him.
That's fucked up. And my third one, I was once pushed into the bushes by my dad while walking to our front door.
I believe the last two. It has to be the first one. There's no
I think
way
it's the
you're
first
reading.
one.
There's no way you're reading Shrek 2.
All right, so what's y'all's final answer?
First one.
First one.
First one?
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Fuck.
That is the truth. Yeah, so this was right around the time that Shrek 2 came out, and I was there shopping at HEB with my mom. She was pushing the cart. I was following her around. I picked up a book. I knew I was going to be able to buy the book, so I was like, you know what? While we're here shopping, I'm going to read it. So I'm here looking at this book, walking around, and Alan, you know, they put the pallets like in the middle of the aisles sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm walking, I don't see it, and I could have swore I was following her, but I guess I wasn't. I tripped onto the pallet, landed on my right arm, and that's actually my only like broken bone that I've had is my right arm. And yeah, it's because I was reading Shrek 2 in HEB. And my second truth, let me go ahead and reveal them all to you. I was, in fact, once pushed into the bushes by my dad while walking up to the front door.
But see, that one
Which-
was believable.
Yeah, so that one did actually happen, which means I was not hit by another player with the golf ball during high school. I did witness quite a few people get hit by golf balls during high school tournaments, though. So,
I'm pissed right now.
hey, you know what that means?
Why did I listen to you?
Hey, you know what that means? You guys owe Shotgun in a Tornado, first round.
This
I'm gonna
is
change my
not going to go
background.
down smooth, bro.
So, Wendy, I'm sorry you did not get that one right.
Hear me?
Matt,
You know
yes. I did just decide to break my arm. while
Well, we're
shopping.
here something I'm gonna break.
Dude, my mom was pissed.
I
I
can
remember.
imagine.
Well, yeah, because at first she thought I was just playing, right? She didn't know that my arm was like actually broken. So
Were you
I remember
crying?
she whooped my ass there in the store, and then we went home, and it wasn't until like the next day or so that they took me to the doctor, and I found out my arm was broken. So
Oh,
all right, boys, time to pay your debts.
Marcus,
Hey.
fucking pissed right now. First one off rip, bro.
Yeah.
I'm disgusted right now.
You got whooped for breaking your arm?
Yeah. Well, she didn't know I broke my arm, right? I was crying in the middle of the store.
That Modelo went down pretty good.
I could tell, yeah, you took it down pretty quick.
I'm disgusted. You know what? It's my turn. I want to go next.
All right, Ivan.
What you'll say.
All right, what you got for us?
All right. These are from my traveling days at my current job. So here's the first one.
Okay.
When I was in Oklahoma City in the slums of town, aka downtown Oklahoma City,
Okay.
I saw 3 homeless people throw down over a pack of Newports and what seemed to be a pint of cheap vodka.
Oh shit.
The whole reason for the fight is they couldn't figure out how to equally distribute the cigarettes and the vodka.
Where
It was
was
in the
this
middle
one
of the day. It was in Oklahoma City.
That's
It was at the middle of the day. It was at a Quick Trip. I was sitting at the pump and I was watching them fight by the ice machine.
That sounds believable. Oklahoma is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I could see that. I mean,
All right. Second one. I once ran into a tweaker in an alley in Kansas City. They were holding a needle with their pants around their waist, talking complete nonsense. I was on a pole checking something for a customer.
Man, I remember you telling me that one actually.
oh, okay, that's good insight. I
Do
like
you?
that. I
Do
like
you?
that.
Do you?
I remember you telling
Never
me you
told
ran
that
it.
story to you.
I think you have.
Well, damn, do I trust Alan or not?
See,
I don't
Matt,
think I
even
ever
if
told that to Alan, so
he's lying, he's lying.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. The pod was over by the time that happened. That happened like a year and a
No,
half
but I
ago.
remember you telling
So I
me
definitely have never
stories.
told you. Hey, you can believe your own falsehoods. I'm gonna tell my next one.
All right,
All
go
right.
for it.
All right, the third one.
In St. Louis, I had a crackhead with their face covered in blackheads walk up to my window and talk shit to me in pure gibberish. He proceeded to walk away while staring me down without saying a single audible word.
Damn.
Um,
These are all super believable scenarios because I mean,
yeah,
it's
they
like,
are because it's Oklahoma, bro.
Yeah, well,
The first one
so
was the fighting.
any further questions?
for the
First one,
Newports.
the Newports and the they were fighting in front of where?
Dude, yeah, I mean, my there's something going on with my internet. I'm having trouble hearing y'all. So,
Can you hear me good, Marcus?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
okay, you're just gonna have to keep talking until I hear you.
Dude,
Do you
Okay.
have any additional questions?
Yeah, so when they were fighting for the Newports and what was it, vodka maybe? Or whatever beer?
Yeah.
Where
it was vodka.
where was this again? Oklahoma City, but like in front of like a gas station or what?
I was at a QT in downtown Oklahoma
Okay.
City.
Okay, so gas station.
gas station.
The
That's
second one was
believable.
Kansas City with the tweaker. And they had a needle in their ass? Is that what it was?
They had a needle. I didn't hear that. They had a needle in their arm.
She, no, in their hand. She walked out from this building that had been burnt. She came out. She heard me on the pole. Walked out. She had spandex on, and her pants were at her knees. She was holding a needle clenched in her right hand, talking to me on the pole.
Okay. I believe that one. Ah, man.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the first one. I think. Because they don't sell liquor at QT stores.
What are you talking about? They do in Oklahoma.
Oh, they do? I don't know. What if you're
I
lying
was
to me
going to
right
say, in New Mexico, don't they?
now? In New Mexico, they do. New Mexico, they
Yeah.
sell.
Oklahoma, they do, bro. Trust me.
I have a question.
Worked
What
there for-
state was? Matthew says I have a question. What state was this KC in? Oh yeah, because there's 2 Kansas cities.
Missouri.
I was going to say, I think you
You
said
don't
Missouri.
work into the Illinois side. You don't work in the Illinois side of Missouri.
Oh, man.
Okay, repeat the third one.
I kind of want to go with the third one, which is the blackheads, right?
The blackheads, yeah.
In St. Louis, I had a crackhead with their face covered in blackheads walk up to my window and talk shit to me in pure gibberish. Proceeded to walk away while staring me down without saying a single audible word.
I think I'm gonna go with the third one.
Was this what time of day was this? Was this day, night? Were you on a
It
job?
was so I was North St. Louis, kind of by the river. We were out kind of late. It was summer, so probably 7 or 8. Not a good side of town. Came up to my window. I cracked it down. He started telling me stuff. I told him I couldn't hear him. He got mad. He walked around the van, stared me down, and that was it. I drove off.
Damn.
Fuck.
Were you alone, or were you with somebody? Were you by yourself, Ivan, or were you with somebody else?
What are you gonna go with, Marcus? I'm gonna agree with you
It's
here. I'm
gonna
gonna go
be-
with you. I'm gonna go
I
with
think I'm gonna go with the
It's
blackhead
gonna be-
story.
the blackhead story seems kind of. I'm gonna go with
There was a lot of details to the Kansas City one with the lady, so it makes me tend to believe that it's true. But he could just be throwing us off. He could be really good. He could have formulated a really good backstory to this.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with.
It's messed up.
I'm gonna go with because the number one. I believe them. I believe. You know.
I
what?
believe fighting for
that just seems too good to be true. Well,
fighting
like,
for the Newports.
fighting for the Newports. But then I don't know.
Have you never been downtown in a big city?
Yeah, I have, but
That shit is absolutely like what. And the reason being is they all put their money together, and that was the whole deal on how they would. That's how they got into the whole fight in the first place. Is how they would distribute everything.
Matthew thinks it's number 2.
You know what? I'm gonna go with number
2?
2. I'm gonna go with number 2.
I'm gonna go with Marcus.
you
And
got,
I'm
Alan?
gonna go number 2.
Locked in my answer, number 2.
So you're saying it was a tweaker in Kansas City?
Correct. Kansas City tweaker.
Run them up, boys! Run them up! Go ahead!
Fuck.
Hit the motherfuckers!
Was it
God
number
damn
3?
Which one was it?
Oklahoma City, you fools!
God damn it!
The first
So
one?
you were right. Yeah.
Fuck! I told you.
Well.
Oh my god, y'all are idiots.
Hey, you're really good at this, Ivan. You're pretty good at this. I'll give you that.
Bro, hold up. I gotta switch to the hotel Wi-Fi, bro. My hotspot's being bad. I'll be right back.
All right. That gives us time to do this.
Don't
Alright.
don't take it. Don't take it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay.
I fucking told you.
Dude, honestly though, I thought he gave way too much detail for number 2. Like the whole like the she was wearing spandex and all that it could have been like a very just good fabricated lie.
But I fucking told you number 1. I told you from the get-go number 1.
You did say number 1. See, I was originally thinking number 3, the blackhead one. That's yeah. That's what I was
It
thinking.
really happened.
All right,
The
you guys
tweaker
ready?
in St. Louis, that those two really real stories.
Cheers.
She is gorgeous to me. Forewarning, all these stories are extremely elaborate that I have. So
I know,
Okay,
I can tell.
all right.
I can tell
good
now.
fucking luck.
I know. I was expecting you guys to ask me more questions on my first round. I was ready. I had a bunch of like background info I was gonna give, and yeah. All right.
Okay,
So
my turn.
far, we've all shotgunned at least one beer. Alan's on 2 now, but let's see if Alan can get us to number 2, or if he's gonna be taking that first shot of the night.
I feel like I don't know. All these sound like a lie to me.
Dude, hold up. My internet is bad right now, guys.
Hey, you look better on my end than what you
Yeah,
did
you look
earlier.
better than what you did on your hotspot.
Dude, it's like in and out. The hotel Wi-Fi is not very good.
Damn.
They need fiber.
You just kind of have
Fiber.
to keep playing it by ear.
They need fiber.
The hotel Wi-Fi is not ours.
Okay, y'all ready
Imagine
for
go
mine?
live off of my phone. You think that would be better?
Maybe. You want to try it out real quick?
All right, hold up. Let me just do that. Give me a second.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, boys. Give me a second.
Guys,
Pat,
stay
you
tuned
gotta-
with us real quick, but
You gotta help us out, chat. I feel like no one is gonna be able to guess Ivan's. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so either, babe. I don't think so either.
Ivan's got some crazy stories so far. So
He's very elaborate on what he's saying, and I'm like, kind of like, I'm already 2 beers in, and I already feel like a buzz going.
see, so I'm leaning a lot on the fact that I'm hopefully pulling stories that you guys don't know a whole lot about that I've told you guys before. So at least I don't think I've told you guys some of these stories. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
kind of hoping. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We got Ivan.
Is that gonna work? I don't know how good it's
Yeah.
gonna look.
I mean, it looks fine here.
We're just gonna have to. go with the flow
Do we
here.
do we sound better on your end?
Yeah, you sound perfect. So I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
All right. Y'all
Sorry,
ready for mine?
sorry for that, guys.
Yeah.
I had to tune in on my phone. Sorry, guys.
All right,
Okay.
Alan. Let's hear it.
So, I don't have any typical, like, I just kind of just threw them all together. I don't have, like,
Gotcha.
any specifics. So, number 1, I was in a jazz band at one point in my life.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I believe that one.
I
was in
feel like
a-
I've heard that before.
I was in a jazz band at one point in my life.
Okay.
I have been on live TV before.
I believe that one as well.
I can see that. It could be local news.
I've been on live TV before.
You're screwed out.
And then number 3, I've met John Cena and I've talked to him before.
That's such bullshit. That's such bullshit.
No. So number 3, I met him when they came to Lubbock.
Okay.
The WWE came to Lubbock, and they had like a meet and greet afterwards. So that time around, I've been to there 3 times. That time around, they had like CM Punk, Sheamus, Big Show, John Cena. And they had a meet and greet with John Cena, Sheamus, and CM Punk, I believe. CM Punk was a WWE champion at the time, so we had a meet and greet with them. I've been on live TV. I've been on the news. I was on KCBD, the Lubbock local channel.
Okay.
I was on there. I think they show my face. They show me standing there, so I consider it live TV. And I was in a jazz band at one point.
Okay. So for this live news appearance, how old were you? What was it for? Like what was the story they were covering?
So when I was on live TV,
Uh-huh.
It was back. I had to have been still 17. I had to have been 17. They were covering our football team.
Remember that?
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I do remember
Do you remember that?
that. I do.
Do you?
All right. All right. So, like, what?
KCBD Team of the Week.
I believe it was like end zone of the week or something, or I don't know.
Okay. Okay. In your jazz band, what instrument did you play? And when was this? Like, how old were you?
Jazz band. I believe I was like 15. I was playing my trumpet still.
So this was like high
We had
school.
we had a steak dinner performance. We were like doing a performance, I think, or something like that. We were doing like some sort of performance. Uh, yeah, it was a steak dinner performance.
And that's the only time you performed in jazz band, or
No, I performed multiple times actually.
okay.
That was the
So,
first. That was the first instance.
so Matt's got some questions about this meeting John Cena.
What
So,
arena did they go to? Uh, they went to the United Supermarkets arena.
okay, what year
That's
was
what,
this?
had to have been when CM Punk was champion. So
Okay, so are you saying that, or is it because Matt said that in the chat?
no, I actually see. Even my brother was like Randy Orton also was there. My brother, I
Yeah.
was there for that. See,
We'll see, but I don't know if your brother's trying to cover for you.
no, I'm telling you the truth because they've came 3 times. They've came
Okay.
3 separate times. The first time they came, John Cena didn't come. The second time they came, CM Punk was world champion. He touched my mom too. He didn't. He like grabbed her hand, and like she had a broken arm at the time, and he was like,
Let's see the dog.
Okay. What so you met John Cena. What did his shirts look like at that time? And if this was like
uh,
2011, 2012.
he had the red armbands and he had the red shirt, red hat.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. The shirt is accurate. Again, I was a John Cena fan, so the
No,
shirt is accurate.
that was my favorite shirt at the time when he had him. That one and the green one. The purple one I didn't like before that, or the
Did you
orange
have
one.
like a VIP pass or something?
Yeah, I did. I got a free foam finger. They had a foam finger.
Hmm. So I feel like I've talked about liking John Cena before, and you've never mentioned this story to me. I told you about my orange shirt that I had that I would always wear it, and you never once mentioned that you
But you don't
actually
ever
met
ask
John Cena
you
before.
don't ever ask me about wrestling though, really.
But
Dude,
okay,
it's
you talk about wrestling quite a bit, even when I don't ask.
it's gotta be John Cena, bro. To
I
be
feel
up
like
close to personal,
yeah, I feel like that's something you would have wanted to brag about meeting
is
John Cena.
y'all were end zone team of the week, and I think you did play in the jazz band.
I mean I know that yeah, Alan was in some sort of band. I don't remember if it was jazz.
I mean, I
And
wasn't
it had,
banned. I
and
wasn't
it had to
banned.
be, and it had to be when Jerry was still in charge. So it was definitely the first 2 years of high school. Everybody quit the third year.
Jerry was in charge all first 4 years actually. So he got fired at the end of our senior year.
You only did it the first 2 years of high school.
Yeah, and I did only do it the first 2 years.
Okay, did you get to take a picture with John Cena?
I did not. I did not.
See, that's bogus because you would have took a picture with them, bro, if it's a VIP setting.
It wasn't more of like a VIP. It was like a meet and greet pass.
I feel like during
But
meet and greets you take pictures
they,
though.
they take pictures.
I mean, I could have a picture lying around. I didn't have a phone at the time.
Hmm.
My mom and my aunt took us.
You had to pay for that part. Interesting.
Because we
I
had
don't
front
know.
row. We had front row tickets. We had front row tickets. We got to see them front row. I don't know if y'all have ever seen the green shirt guy that shows up at WWE events.
Yeah, you've told me about that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to slam the gavel. I got to say it's John Cena.
Yeah, I agree with Ivan. I think you would have bragged about meeting John Cena. You would have talked about it. I told you that like I watched wrestling, but only to like watch John Cena. So I'm gonna call that one as BS.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You
It is indeed.
motherfuckers.
That was too easy, bro.
See?
You made it too personal.
So true story though. I did get to see him. They were not doing no meet and greets at the time though.
Okay.
Like they didn't have no meet and greet. But I did get to see him. He did like high five my hand, but I didn't get to meet him and greet him. Like I didn't get to do the meet and greet.
Okay.
But everyone that was there that I mentioned was there. He actually main evented against Big Show that show. So I did get to see him. I didn't get to meet him. So
Damn. And you had your brother covering for you over here?
oh yeah, bro, my brother got me.
Dude. Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy.
Man. Honestly, I was waiting for Wendy to chime in and say something about it, but
They do meet and greet sometimes for house shows. Man, I remember, I think they're in the last time they came like back in like 2015, we were gonna go and they were offering like a meet and greet package. But we did go in 2011. My mom actually did get to like, my mom had a. She actually had a broken arm at the time, like a broken wrist. And CM Punk came up to her and like grabbed her hand and like kissed it. And he was like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." And she went crazy over him, bro. Like it was crazy. Like I never thought I'd ever get to meet John Cena.
Man.
But I didn't
I was
get
gonna
to
say
I didn't get to meet him.
you would have bragged. You would
Yeah, I
have
didn't get to meet him, but I got to see him. So it's partially true, partially that was the only lie that I made was that I didn't get to meet him. I didn't get to meet and greet him. So cheers.
Hey, dude.
All
Doing all
right.
that talking.
Down the hatch.
There you go. There you go.
Down the hatch.
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
All right, Marcus,
yeah, now.
Marcus, you're up.
So my next category, this is a random category, okay? So all these are kind of like different stories. So the first one, I was the lead in a school play where I played Santa Claus, stranded in Mexico. Okay. The second one, I once rear-ended an old man going 10 miles an hour and hospitalized him. My third, while working as a tutor, a teacher tried writing me up because I was in the halls with no pass.
I remember you telling me about that third one. It was when you were at Lubbock Cooper.
I was never at Cooper, but I was at Coronado.
Coronado, there you go. One of the Lubbock schools. I believe that one. What was the first one?
The first one was I was the lead in the school play where I played Santa Claus, stranded in Mexico.
I see that happening because I see your school doing some crazy shit like that.
All right, say it one more time.
Okay, my first one, I was the lead in the school play where I played Santa Claus, stranded in Mexico. Second one,
Anyways.
I once rear-ended an old man going 10 miles an hour and hospitalized him. My third one, while working as a tutor, a teacher tried writing me up because I was in the halls with no pass, mistaking me for a student.
Dude, I don't know. These are... I was Santa stranded in Mexico.
I don't remember exactly. It was something with his sleigh breaking down, and I was stranded in Mexico, and like I met all these like village people, and yeah, it was like a musical type play, so I had like to sing, but I played Santa Claus. There was Mrs. Claus there as well. I had to wear like these like pillows under my suit. I mean, this was like maybe like second grade, I think. This was elementary school.
So the old man, where was this at when you wrecked into the old man?
So it was at a stoplight. The light had turned green. I was like changing my radio or something. I was looking down probably on my phone, maybe. And I started going, didn't notice that this old man hadn't started going, so I rear-ended him. It was, like I said, I was going like 10 miles an hour, and he calls the cops, whatever, they get involved, and he's like there holding onto his neck, and they put him into like a neck brace, and they haul him off in an ambulance, and he like made this big deal about it. But good news is that apparently he was a avid liar. So they had several cases about this man doing this type of thing.
The accident wasn't your fault?
Oh, I mean, it was my fault, but his injuries weren't as serious as he made them appear. What are you guys thinking? Kind of quiet.
What was number 3 again?
While I was working as a tutor, a teacher stopped me and tried writing me up because I was in the halls with no pass.
No, I believe that one.
I don't know, Alan. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking number 2. No. Number 1 sounds true, but at the same time, I didn't believe it's Shrek 2.
Yeah.
Santa getting stranded in Mexico is just so random of a story.
No, I could see like what. So what grade were you in when this?
This was like second or third grade.
And Marcus was kind of chunky back then, so
Yeah.
he was like the chunky to where like maybe he could play Santa Claus. What do y'all think, chat? What do you think, chat? What do y'all think?
It was kind of interesting being
So who
a
were
brown
the
kid playing. Oh, go ahead.
I said, who were the characters in this Santa play?
So it was I was Santa Claus. We had Mrs. Claus, and then we had like a bunch of like village people, and then we just had like props for like the reindeer.
So why were there village peoples in New Mexico, or in Mexico?
I don't know because it was a racist play.
But what town did y'all land in? Like, what town was it in Mexico? Was it just random in Mexico, or?
Honestly, I don't even know if like the town had a name to it.
So, but were the villagers, were they elves or were they Mexican people or
No, they were Mexican people. They were like village people.
village people?
Yeah, they lived in a village.
So why? I'm gonna go with number 1.
I think I'll go with number 1 too, man. This seems
All right.
a little too racist and far-fetched.
Final answers?
Final answer number 1.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guess you guys got to drink up again. Yeah. So in second grade, I did actually play Santa Claus, and he got stranded in Mexico. I was trying to ask my mom, but I think I still actually have like the script put up somewhere. But
What the fuck was the lie?
Yeah. So no, the lie was about being a tutor.
You
like
were
I was a tutor, but I was a tutor, but I never got threatened to get written up.
You know what? You're right. Cause you're old ass motherfucker.
But I did get mistaken a lot as a tutor for a student. Like several. Like I remember one time they got mad at me for parking in the teacher parking lot, but I was like, no, I'm a tutor here. And they're like, oh, okay. But no.
Fuck.
But no, and yes, I did once hospitalize an old man for going 10 miles an hour. But
fuck, poor old man.
Dude, they said he was an avid liar. He'd done this like twice within the month. So
Dude, I'm fucking 3 beers in there. I'm like Ivan like last time.
All right. So I like to see.
All right, my turn. Fuck y'all.
All right.
All right. Here we go. My first boss in Lubbock was a half black, half German man who drank malt liquor religiously and chain smoked menthol cigarettes while at work. The job in question was landscaping and new developments of Lubbock.
Okay.
I don't remember Ivan's first job in Lubbock.
Here is my second one. I once watched 3 underage girls do a beer run in a Circle K in Lubbock. The cashier had no clue, and it was a secondary worker who caught on too late. It was none of my business, so I said nothing.
Damn.
That one's
Wait.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I could believe that one too.
I witnessed a hit and run near Quaker and the Loop. The victim of the crash was a large man in his late 30s and was missing a leg. He couldn't find his prosthetic leg among the chaos and hopped to the sidewalk on one leg. He looked like the Pixar lamp.
Like the Pixar
You have
lamp.
to go with number 3.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
is.
Damn.
I don't want to drink no more.
Since
I'm tired
I've
of this,
seen some shit.
Grandpa.
I've seen some shit in Lubbock, man.
Okay, so the first one was about your boss. The second was about 3 underage girls. And the third one was a man that looked like the Pixar lamp.
I can believe the
Looking to the
underage
sidewalk.
girl. I can believe the underage girls.
Yeah, the underage girls is especially in Lubbock. I mean, that's so
I'm gonna
believable.
fucking regret this if it's that one. I'm gonna be like, God damn it, I should have known. Because they've sold me beer underage.
Hey, man. Never know. Never know. Never know.
And tell me about your boss again in the first one. He
What was his
what?
name?
He was half black, half what?
What was his
His
name?
name was Sam. He was 6'3". He was a felon from the state of, I think it was Maine.
Okay.
Half black, half German. He was sober from heroin for 10 years. And he lived off of malt liquor and menthol cigarettes.
What was his last name?
I don't think I ever got to know his last name. He doesn't really tell government names like that.
How long were you at this landscaping company?
I was there for I think 5 months, and then I started working at Lowe's.
I don't
Okay.
remember Ivan's first job, but that doesn't sound right.
Man.
I remember when he worked at Lowe's. That's when the time we started hanging out. Was it? Fuck. No. I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna go with number
I'm gonna
one.
go with number 3. I'm gonna mix this up a bit. I'm gonna go number 3, man with a prosthetic leg, looking like a Pixar lamp.
I'm gonna go with number 1.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
No
sure.
further questions.
No further questions.
I think we can call this meeting adjourned, sir.
Right. So, Alan, drink. Marcus, you're safe.
Oh, hell yeah. The Pixar lamp was
But-
too good.
My boss was indeed half German, half black, and he was absolutely nuts.
All right.
So that's a halfie. What do we do on a halfie? Am I safe on a halfie?
Oh, you know what? We didn't discuss this.
You still have to take one.
I feel like you do since
I'll
one of us
take
guessed
it.
the lie. Yeah.
Add a pity for Alan because he's been swamped the
Bro,
entire time.
I drink every round, bro.
Yeah.
I literally drink every round.
Damn it, Marcus. Dude, I thought for sure that one sounded too realistic. I was
It
laughing so hard
did.
when I wrote that one. Hey, dude,
All right, let's go,
those 3
Alan.
girls, they stole a 12-pack of iced teas, bro.
Oh, so they didn't even pay?
No, I told you it's a beer run.
Yeah, beer run. You just go in there and you
And I
run out.
should, if I would have known that, I would have told you. Would have elaborated on beer run.
You didn't know what a beer run
Yeah.
was, Marcus?
Okay.
Weak, bro.
So I just saw that I got a text from Wendy a little bit ago, and mad respect to Wendy, she was trying to cover for you. She said 3 is true. He was little when he met him. Talking about John Cena.
My girl, my woman,
All
God.
right,
actually.
all right, Alex Allen, go.
Okay. So I don't know if y'all know about this one about me, but
Okay. Well, we're about to.
I currently have a coin collection, which I'm really proud of. Currently
Okay.
have like a really cool coin collection. I collect a lot of coins. I love them, like old coins, new coins, dimes, nickels, like half dollar, dollar, full dollars. Want to start hopefully collecting more. I have never been to a Cowboys game, believe it or not. As much as I love the Cowboys, I have never been to a game.
I feel like I remember you
That
telling me
one's
that whenever you went to, or whenever I went to the game back in like December, I think it was.
yeah.
I've never
You've never been to a Cowboys game. I know that.
I've never been to a Cowboys game. And then this one I always thought was really cool growing up. I suck at it now, but I try to do it from like sometimes. But I was really good at doing yo-yo tricks growing up.
Ooh, I don't know
You
that
were,
much about Allen to know that.
were you a yo-yo master?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call
Yo
myself a
yo
master. I needed like four
yo
tricks.
yos.
The swinging. I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all seen the swing, the walking the dog, and then the what was it called? I think it was called like the lazy or something like that. You just like swing it out and you bring it back to you.
Hmm.
Those, I
The
mean, I was like
lazy.
little, so those are the only three that I knew.
So what got you into being like so into yo-yos?
At the Family Dollar, they used to sell them for like $2, and my mom would buy it to me for me.
Okay. How'd you
Was
learn the
it? Was
yo-yo
it?
tricks?
Didn't we have a guy come to the elementary school doing
Yeah, we
yo-yo
actually did.
tricks?
We had a dude like come in there too, and that might have been the time that I picked it up. But I remember the yo-yos were like $2. I always liked those cap guns, but my mom thought that was too violent, so she never bought me a cap gun. So the yo-yo was the best thing. But I only knew like three or four tricks, so I was pretty good at doing it though, growing up.
Hmm. Okay.
Where did you acquire
Now,
these coins?
yeah.
These coins I've acquired them over years. I have a bunch of old like coins from Mexico that are from like the 1920s. At least some of them are from the 1940s. They're not all U.S. coins, so I have like a little piggy bank full of them. And then I
Is
have a
this
bunch.
like a newer collection?
No, I've had this collection for a long time actually. I think I've had it since
Hmm.
like I've been in high school.
I've never
Okay.
heard of this collection.
I've never heard of a coin collection either. Well, for Malin, at least.
I've
I
been in
really
your
love coins.
closet.
Like if I have coins, like if I see a value in a coin, like if it's a really old coin, I will take it and I will put it up.
What's your favorite coin?
I think the Kennedy half dollar.
What year was that?
They don't make them no more, but I think anything from 1964 to I think they stopped making them like in the 90s or something. I don't know. I have a bunch of them.
Do- Okay, but you don't have like a specific one that like this is like
Oh,
your prized possession.
oh, I have this one that's a penny, and it's a penny inside of a horseshoe, and it says "Keep me, I'm lucky,"
Hmm.
and that might be my favorite one. It's a penny from like I forgot what it's for, but that one's probably my favorite one because it's very unique.
Interesting. And the second one was you going to the Dallas game, right? You haven't been to a Dallas game?
Oh yeah, I've never been to a Dallas Cowboy game.
Hmm. I feel like I can scratch that one off my list because I feel like you've definitely told me that before. The one that I'm finding the most difficulty with is this coin collection. Let me think
I'll
though.
go yo-yo.
Yo-yo.
I'm going yo-yo.
But see, I could see Alan being like into yo-yos and like doing tricks and stuff.
I used to be into those little magnets too growing up. Those they're like
The
shaped like
Kennedy
pumas.
half dollar. The Kennedy half dollar is just a wild pull. That's like such a wild pull. That's a very coin collector thing to say.
But I do, like I said, I do have like that penny. I like collecting. Like I like looking at them and seeing what they're worth.
Yeah. Do
But
you have any that are worth quite a bit, or?
no, I don't think so. As long as they're old, I just keep them.
And is this like solely your collection, or?
Yeah, it's just my collection.
Okay. All right. Ivan, you have any other questions for him?
And it's gotta be the coin collection or the yo-yo.
I think I'm ready to lock down my answer, but if you have some more questions, you feel free to
Uh,
go for it.
say your answer.
I'm gonna go with the coin collection. I think that's BS. What you got, Ivan?
Go yo-yo.
Yo-yo, final answer?
Final answer. So, I do in fact have a coin collection. Believe it or not.
Fuck.
My lie was the yo-yo.
God damn it.
I tried getting into it younger. I'll even show you one of my favorite one to watch just to prove it.
Okay. So let me give you my reasoning. So
Suck it, Marcus. Suck it.
So whenever I asked Ivan if it was solely his collection, in the chat his brother says that part of it is his. So I thought it was another alibi, another cover story there.
No, it's mine.
The gabagoo.
But yeah, look, this is my favorite one. It is a penny. I don't know where I got it from exact. I don't remember where I got it from, but it is a penny inside of this thing right here. It says "Keep me."
Oh, that is pretty cool.
I do have a lot of 19s. This is like 100-year anniversary dollar coins from 1776, 1976. 200-year anniversary ones. And then I do have a bunch of Kennedy 1973 half dollars.
Oh, what in the world? See, the Kennedy $50 is what sold me, because that's just a wild pull. Like you don't just bring up a Kennedy $50. Like that's what sold me, really.
I thought he may have just known about a Kennedy $50. And, yeah. Well,
It's just too random,
Alan,
bro. I'm a history
you got to
guy.
join me
That's
here.
just super
Yeah, I gotta
random.
tell you.
Right.
Gabagoo.
Oh, I do also have a
Fucking-
coin from. You remember where Derek went? You remember Derek from work, Ivan? Or I mean, Marcus?
Yeah.
You remember how he went to like Romania or something?
Not Romania, no.
Or somewhere he went somewhere across the world. I asked him to bring me a coin back, and I have that coin too. But I also do, in fact, have a bunch of old Mexican coins, so pretty proud of that.
Dude, I'll bring you when I go to Japan in October. I'll bring you
Bro, please.
Japanese coins.
God damn.
Okay.
I did make a little bit of a
All
mess on that
Marcus.
one. I made a little bit of a mess on
You're
that
the
one.
Marcus is the only motherfucker fucking 2-0 right now. Fucking pissed. Dude, Marcus's are so just weird. Dude, it's too simple.
Yeah,
Too
yours are
simple.
Yours are too complicated, and Marcus are too simple. And mine are like, I don't even know what to call mine.
Yours are just out there.
Should just easy.
Look, I made a big old
Alright,
mess
go,
of myself
Marcus.
now.
Oh my god.
I know.
You suck. Alright, go, Marcus. I want to hear
All
this.
right. Okay.
I'm gonna get this motherfucker.
So this third round is a celebrity round. All right.
Okay.
What's that even mean?
You'll hear it. Okay. So, excuse me. So I once met Thomas Hayden Church, aka Sandman or Spider from Spider-Man 3,
You told me that one. I know that one's true.
at my local movie theater.
That one's true, Ivan. That one's true.
Okay.
100%.
Gabagoo.
Okay. I met Tim Duncan from the San Antonio Spurs on a school field trip to the AT&T Center.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
My third one, I met Luis Guzman from We're the Millers or Adam's Family one night at a random bar.
Okay, so he met Luis Guzman at the gala for his work. I know that. So does the
That
place?
No.
settles that.
It was at a random bar.
No, it was at a gala. Or no, you know what? No, he's right. He's right, Marcus or Ivan, because he met him at his son's birthday. So that one's true. Luis Guzman is true. Sandman, he's met Sandman before because I remember him telling me about this. But I don't remember if it was at the movie theater. But Tim Duncan sounds a little far-fetched.
It looks like you didn't meet Timmy, my boy.
Is that y'all's final guesses?
Well, I remember.
I mean, no questions, no.
Okay, so you met Luis Guzman at his son's birthday party. I remember, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and it was at a random bar.
Yeah, it was at a random bar. So one night, we.
Okay, so if I guess, question. So if I guess this right, just at the wrong place, am I still wrong?
Well, no, because I mean, there's two truths.
I'm guessing
there's two truths and one lie.
I'm guessing that because
You
I
can't
know
have
that
a half lie, half truth.
Yeah. These
okay,
are
then I know
two
you met.
truths
Okay, then
and one lie.
he didn't met Tim Duncan. I know he met Sandman.
It's Timmy. Come on.
I know he met Sandman because he's told me that multiple times before.
It's Timmy. Come on, just say it.
All right, fine. Yeah, I did not meet Tim Duncan. I had a whole backstory for this one too.
Bro, you
asshole.
You've told me this.
Dude, honestly, I didn't think I told you about the Thomas Hayden Church one. I knew the Luis Guzman I may have told you.
You've told me that multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember telling you that
goose. So nobody went perfect. At least we broke up that.
And you know what? I thought that was going to be a good round, but I had a couple of different people I was wanting to throw in there and kind of switch up, which I probably should have.
When you said celebrities, I already knew. I had already known. I was like, there's only two celebrities that I know Mark has met for sure. With Luis Guzman and...
Well, okay, we'll see, because at first I put Kenan Thompson in there. But then I was like, I can't have Kenan and Luis Guzman.
Did you meet Kenan?
I met him. I met him at work. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I remember you told me.
And then I was also going to put Ralph Macchio from The Karate Kid.
You met him?
Yeah, I met him at a Comic-Con thing.
If you would have told me that, I would have.
Dude, it's some with Marcus just meeting all these famous people. What the hell?
Hey, he got connections, baby.
Luis Guzman is fucking funny though.
And then I also wanted to do Edgar Berlanga, the boxer, but I feel like I've told you, one of you at least, the story.
You've told me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. All right, well, down the hatch, I guess.
If it wasn't for Alan, I would have.
Dude, I know. I should have told different stories. I tell you too much, Alan.
Hey, bitch, you love me.
Alrighty.
Whew.
My turn.
A little spicy. A little spicy there.
All right, you ready?
Hold on.
Yes.
Can we take a pee timeout?
Okay.
I've already chugged like 4 beers, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ivan, right now, you and I are tied, right?
So
2 shotguns, 1 shot?
Yeah, 2 shotguns, 1 shot.
Okay, so we're tied. Alan is just shitting this away. He's had what, like a shot and 3 shotguns, I think?
Yeah.
Whew. And okay, so at first I wanted to put Popovich on there because he was just like, his whole thing with him stepping out as a head coach. And I mean, I'm in Kerrville. San Antonio's not too far. I have gone to AT&T Center on a school field trip, but I didn't meet any players. So
I knew you didn't meet Tim Duncan.
Willikers.
And I was even like, it was after the 07 championship in 3rd grade, and
that's why I had to ask. I was like, are you trying to trick us with the place, or?
No, I can't trick you guys with the place. I mean, that's the whole part of like it being a truth and a lie.
Okay, Ivan, I'm ready.
Like, I gotta fix my camera. Need a whack. All right, there we go.
Oh.
We're here. We're good. All right. In high school, I came home blackout drunk off of Budweiser and vodka. I
Oh.
then proceeded to throw up in my room, fell into the bathtub, knocking down the shower curtain, and
Oh
ran back
shit.
to my room fully naked. These were first-hand accounts from my cousin and my aunt.
I remember. I remember
Oh
Ivan telling me this
fuck.
story. I
That is
remember.
that is such like a plausible story
I
too.
remember
Like
Ivan telling me this story.
Mm, nah, I never told this one
Yeah,
either.
he
This
did.
one I
Yeah, he
kept to
did.
myself.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
yeah.
he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Dude,
Yeah, he did.
I have never told you this
Yeah,
story,
he
and I
did.
could
Mark.
put that on everything.
Yeah, he did.
Put that on everything. I've never told you
He's
this
crossing
story.
his fingers.
I was too
Yeah.
embarrassed to tell this story to anybody because my aunt was so pissed off about it.
Hey, but he decided to do it on a
All right.
podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is for the content. And I'm grown now. I'm 24. Anyways,
Okay.
Alan don't
All
know
right.
shit.
All right.
At a party in junior college, I once witnessed two European soccer girls smoke a cigarette each, take a shot each, shotgun a beer each, and they stripped down to their undergarments and jumped into a swimming pool. Safe to say, love at first sight.
I believe that one.
Damn. Okay.
Dude, I don't know if y'all have ever met these Spaniards from Europe, but they smoke darts and they drink beer, and they're fucking wild, bro. It's actually
There
insane.
was this one Spaniard person guy that got took into one of our parties after high school, and that motherfucker could drink, bro.
Dude, they're absolutely nuts. They're leaps and bounds ahead of us. Well, because they can drink at 18 too, so you can get beer and cigarettes at a lot younger age over there.
Damn. Okay. So what's the third one, Ivan?
Did we lose you? I think we lost him.
Uh-oh. All right. Alan, out of the first two, I feel like just from the two, the second one is the most unbelievable one.
The first one, I swear he's told me about it, or I heard him I swear I've heard him tell me about it when it happened. Can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I feel like the second one with the Spaniards. If you've
Let's hear
noticed,
the third one. Let's hear the third one.
yeah, we can't hear you yet, but I feel like whenever he goes into detail, it's possibly a lie.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of detail in that story there. Okay, I see your mouth moving, Ivan, but I cannot hear.
Yeah, I can't hear you either.
It did say you were muted. No, cannot hear you. I'm telling you, with the details come the lies. You know, you got to kind of
Can you hear me?
which. Yes, yeah, we can hear you now.
Dude, oh my gosh. I'm not having good Wi Fi. Okay. Am I
Okay.
good?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
sorry.
Okay, the third one.
Close. At my first apartment complex, there was a tenant by the name of Noah. He was a junkie. He was a junkie and only had an apartment because his dad paid 6 months rent up front. Noah was kicked out of his apartment by his very own peers and was forced to sleep outside of his apartment for 2 days.
Damn.
Well, these apartments, the ones that I would always go drop you off and pick you up sometimes from.
Yeah, the one with the stairs?
I believe that one. But actually, you never mentioned the Noah. You mentioned the downstairs lady, the next door lady, or I don't know if it was the next door lady. You mentioned the down one of that place was really sketchy. So That one's kind of hard to believe. I
It's
feel
hard
like
to
he
believe,
would.
or it's believable.
No, it's hard to believe because I feel like he had always tell me about people in his apartment.
Okay.
So I feel like he would have told me about a guy having a sleep out there.
For 2 days, there was a junkie. So you said his roommates kicked him out, or who kicked him out?
It was the people that came over there to do drugs kicked him out.
So it wasn't even their apartment, and they kicked
No,
him
it was
out.
his apartment. They kicked him out. He was a wimp.
Interesting. And so I guess his peers stayed there for 2 days, and
Yeah,
that's why he slept outside for 2 days.
they finally let him back in like after 1 or 2 days. I'm not sure on the exact.
Did he have any? Did he have any like withdrawals during that time?
I don't know. That's a big question. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go with number 3. I think Marcus.
I'm leaning to number 3 too, but again, like I was saying earlier, number 2 there's a lot of details in
You
it.
know what? I have nothing to lose in this point. I have nothing to lose. I'm gonna go with number 3.
Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit to number 2 again. So you were where again? You were at a party.
Was at a party.
Okay, and was this in Lubbock or was this somewhere else?
No, I was you didn't know where I went to junior college? I went to junior college in Snyder, Texas.
Yeah, he went to
Oh, I
junior
didn't know
college.
that.
Yeah, he went to junior college over
Yeah.
there.
This was I don't even know. It was like a friend of a friend. We all our group wasn't super popular, but we heard about the party, so we went.
Yeah.
In the front yard, it was a big pool. Like it was like a big
Uh,
house, and the most of the story took place in the basement. We were in the basement for a lot of it. But
okay.
for some reason, these two girls were like feeling each other, and they took. I mean, they did the shot. They shotgun the beer. They smoked the cigarette, and it was like I watched the whole. Like nobody else was watching it. It was just me, and then the soccer girls were watching it. They did it. Then they decided they wanted to go jump in the pool, and then like the whole party followed them out there. They stripped and then they jumped into the pool. It was
I believe,
it was beautiful, dude. And then they're European, so like they have beautiful blue eyes, like kind of like brunettish hair.
I'm gonna
Uh,
go
They
with
were
number
like,
3.
oh,
I have nothing
and
to lose.
I guess they had to be friends with somebody there, right? If they were invited to the party.
yeah. Well, it's junior college, bro. So
Bunch,
like, I
a
mean,
bunch
Yeah.
of
it's
European
almost
girl, bunch of European people
it's
actually go to junior colleges.
yeah. I mean, it's in like, dude, it's Snyder, so it's not a big town. So,
Yeah.
like once everybody found out about it, if you could get there, they were going.
Interesting.
What do y'all think, chat?
So let's see. Going back to number 3 with Noah. And I
I'm
kind
going
of
with
like
number
how we're
3.
just skipping over number 1. Like we've just kind of like solidified in our minds that number 1 is a legit story.
I never told
So
that story to anybody, bro. So I
so
was tripping on that
let
one.
me backtrack a little bit to number 1. I guess let me get some more info there. So your cousin was there and your aunt was there, and they're the ones that witnessed
Yes.
everything, right? And so they told you all of this information.
Yes. I woke up the next morning and I woke up, I think it was either
The,
on the
the only reason
floor
I
next to the throw up.
the only reason I believe this story, you know why, Marcus?
Because you
Because
swear you heard it.
no, because he used to drink Budweiser back in the day. In high school, that's what he started drinking was Budweiser. That's all he drank was Budweiser.
That doesn't mean the story's true though.
But I mean, honestly, the events of the story very plausible. I
I'm
mean,
telling you, Marcus. Number one, at number one, it's true. Number two
but the
is true.
question is, Ivan said that it's for the content, but would he reveal something like that for the podcast in front of
I'm
people?
telling you, that was pretty personal. I don't really tell people
No,
that story.
I believe number one.
Okay. So
I
I'm
believe,
still kind of on the fence between number 2 and number 3, and I know I got to come to a decision.
I'm gonna
You've
go with
asked your
number three.
questions.
I'm
You've asked your questions.
I've
Make
asked
your
my
decision.
questions. Now it's time to pay the toll.
I'm gonna go with number
I
three.
think I think I'm gonna side with Alan here. I'm gonna go with number 3 as well. I think the Noah story is BS.
Y'all are wrong.
Fuck. Okay, which one was the right one? Or which one was the lie?
The junior college party.
Fuck,
I did
dude,
go to
and
a
I was
party.
so close.
I did go to a party, but the soccer girls did not do that.
God damn it!
I knew number one was
And
true.
I was so close to number 2.
I knew number one was true. I know Ivan's told me this story before.
Dude, Alan,
only
you're shit
reason
at
I
this
re-
game. Alan, you're shit at this game.
Bitch, I got one of them right. Okay, I knew the only reason like I'm telling you,
Only because I tell too many stories. All right.
the only reason I knew is because Ivan used to drink Budweiser all the fucking time in high school.
You only got one of them right because I like to brag about who I've met.
Fuck you. I got it right. I got half of it right. I know
You still got it wrong.
I know Ivan told me this story before, so that's why the junior college one I never heard. I knew he went to junior college, and there's a bunch of like international students that go to like those junior colleges for sports. I know that, so that's why I believed it.
The number one was true, bro. They did kick him out of his apartment for like a day.
That's crazy.
He came up to me. He's like, "They kicked me out of my apartment. Is there any way you could help me out?" And I was like, "Absolutely not."
I feel like I specifically you remembering you telling me about that first night, that first one.
No, it could have. I'm not sure.
Oh,
The part
was
of you
so
running,
foamy.
the part of you running naked. I feel like I remember.
And Mateo was pissed.
I remember how much shenanigans we got into back in the day, bro. That's why I'm like, I believe that one.
You want
God
this
damn
tied.
it.
That's all I care about.
Yep. Well, I guess we got to see on this last one to see if we actually tie.
Dude, Alan has had a drink every single time.
Dude, every
Well,
single round.
I've had five.
Except for my round, right?
I've had
The
five
celebrity round?
5 chugs.
The celebrity round was the only one, but he's definitely doing this.
I've had 5 chugs and 2 shots.
I've had 3
shot.
chugs, 1 shot.
I've had 2 chugs and 1 shot, so I'm definitely in the lead.
Damn.
No matter what happens in the last round, I'm gonna tie or I'm gonna take the win.
Dude, and I wanted to go with number 2, so that's the one I was grilling you about too.
Okay,
Damn.
y'all ready for mine? Are y'all ready for mine?
I guess so, Alan. Hurry it up.
Okay.
God damn.
So while I played football, I have played against a couple D1 recruits. I played against a couple D1 recruits.
I've heard this story before.
Some of them were in. One of them was in the Army. The other one I can't remember. I think it was like SMU. And then another one I think was I can't remember. But there was 3 of them that I specifically played against. So it was 3 D1 recruits that I played against. Currently right now my favorite place to go eat at is Roadhouse.
That is a truth.
And then number 3, this is a real cool little fact about my family. My great-great-grandfather fought with Pancho Villa in the Mexican Revolution. I think it was the Mexican Revolution or something like that. Whatever Pancho Villa was a part of, he fought with them.
So, I think your first one is not credible.
Well,
because you missed the most important one, which was Brian Morton.
Barron. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Texas
Morton,
Tech.
Tech. You didn't fail to mention him. You didn't even bring him up.
Yeah.
I did play against 4 D1 players. Actually, I forgot about Barron Morton. Thank you for bringing that up.
How do you forget about Barron Morton though? Like I feel like you always tell me that, but you always tell me that.
So
you
Barron
always
Morton,
want to bring up the fact.
Okay, so here's the names that I remember. There's one from Andrews that I don't know. He went to the Army, and he was D1. Then there was Rambo. He was from Pecos, but then he transferred to Midland Lee. He went to like I think it was SMU. And then, of course, there was Baron Morton. And then there was another guy from, I can't remember what his name. All these were defensive linemen except for Baron Morton. So I did play against 4. I had a guard 3. Did not let up a sack one time against them. So pretty proud of that.
Okay. So what is the statement that you made originally for that first one?
I've played against D1 recruits.
Okay. That's all I needed to know. And then the second one, can you repeat that?
My favorite place currently right now is to eat at Roadhouse.
See, that's such a broad statement.
If you know me though, I love eating Roadhouse. Like
I know you love Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Ivan knows that you love Roadhouse. So I feel like that's why you would say Roadhouse.
I fucking love Roadhouse. There's nothing
because
wrong.
You know that we both know that you love Roadhouse.
That's the only place I fucking eat. That's the only place I eat at. And the third one, my great-great-grandfather fought with Pancho Villa.
I think I'm gonna just go with the last one, honestly.
Okay, so when was your great-great-grandfather born?
I'm not too sure about that. I just know that he did fight with Pancho Villa. They had a way of, true story. This is actually a 2-parter, I guess you can say, maybe. True story, like 100%. They had a way of notching their ear to know that they fought, that they were with Pancho Villa, because it was pretty much like the rebels against the government.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
The notches. What was your great-great-grandfather's name?
I'm not too sure. I don't really know. I just barely found this out a couple of years ago.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so the question is, do I go with the third and potentially tie with Ivan? Or do I go with the second, which he knows that we know is a fact, but he could be changing it up on us?
Bro, I fucking love Roadhouse. I barely went to Roadhouse last week.
Oh, what'd you get?
The 12-ounce ribeye medium with mashed
Did you get
potatoes.
What are the fries called again?
The steak fries?
No, well, yeah. What are they called? Like
the
fries or whatever. Tater skins. That's right,
bro,
dude. You would fuck up a plate of tater skins.
I still fuck up on them. Wendy gets mad at me because she's like, "What the fuck?"
What were the high schools?
One of them was Pecos when we played them from week 1. Another one was Andrews.
And that was who? Rambo.
Rambo was Pecos. I actually injured him that game.
And what was his name? Like, was it just Rambo or?
That's what we knew him by, was Rambo.
Crane,
one of them was
Crane, Andrews.
It was Andrews, Pecos.
Was it
and Baron Morton? I forgot about Baron Morton, honestly.
Dude, I can't believe you forgot about Baron. That's what's kind of throwing me off about that first one, is that you forgot about Baron.
Fuck that dude.
And it could be just a simple detail that you were leaving out there, but Ivan, which way are you leaning right now? I know you said the third one originally. But, I mean, I could see that, though, you know? Because, I mean, that's, what? Great. So that's, like, however many years ago.
I think I remember scrimmaging Andrews.
Wait, Alan, what years did you play football again?
My senior year, it was 2018.
Your senior year was 20. Is that whenever you played against
2018 was the year that I played. I graduated the May of 2019, so we were playing fall of 2018. Going in, we graduated spring of 2019. So, like I said, there was Rambo. Then there was the guy from Andrews. Another guy I believe I can't remember if he was from Crane or where he was. And then there was Baron Morton.
Hmm.
Did not give a sack up against him, though. One single sack.
So I'm going to go ahead and put the number one off the table because you've told the Baron Morton story time and time again. But we've also got Pancho Villa, and then we've got Texas Roadhouse. See, Ivan, to me, the Texas Roadhouse is way too plain Jane, way too simple.
I mean, it could be, but I mean, I'm probably just giving. I'm giving you an easy answer here.
Okay, but are you, or are you just saying that?
No, I'm really giving you an easy answer here. I fucking just had Roadhouse last week. I mean, think about it.
Ivan, I need some backup here.
I think we go Roadhouse.
You think we go Roadhouse?
I think we go Roadhouse. He's defending that way too hard.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's such a simple answer, and it's one that you and I both know.
We'll go Roadhouse.
I'm gonna lock in Roadhouse.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Y'all are wrong.
Oh,
Dude, you really put that simple of an answer?
Yeah.
That's whack,
Dude.
bro. That's whack.
I had so
Whack.
it was partially true about the Pancho Villa. It was my third great grandpa.
Wait. What is this
All right.
partially true shit?
All right.
So
that's
great, not great.
That's
It was the third
BS.
great.
Oh my, that's some. You know what?
That's BS. That's
You know what?
BS. That's so BS. That's so BS.
I think that's a penalty right there.
That was at a penalty here.
Bro.
Because it's
And
a partially true story.
No, but I mean, yeah, one of my grandpas did, but I mean, it was the third great. If y'all want to bitch about it, I'll take the fucking drink with you.
It's so whack, bro. It's so whack. It's whack as hell. I was like, you can't just say you'd skip the generation. It's so whack. What are we
So
talking
that
about?
so that was the lie then?
Yeah, that was the lie. It was three greats.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so BS, bro. It's BS.
So little backstory. His wife came from Germany. She was like full on like white, blue eyes.
Wait, who are your grandpas?
Yeah, my three times great grandpa. He came from Germany, or she came from Germany. He fought. So interesting fact. His daughter, which is my great grandma,
Yeah.
my great grandpa that she married, they got, like, when they got married, they, like, her parents and his parents fought against each other in the revolution. Like, her dad was with the government, and his dad was with Pancho Villa. But they did have a way of notifying that they were with Pancho Villa by notching their ear.
That's some BS. Well, not the story, but
I think that was too technical of a difference. I'm glad I only had to do 3 of those. Gosh. Oh. That was so whack of you, Alan.
damn, Ivan, you should have stuck with your gut there.
Roadhouse is my favorite, though. Like, Roadhouse is my favorite.
Damn. So you actually forgot about Baron Morton then?
I did forget about Baron Morton.
Yeah, because honestly, at first that kind of threw me off.
So lame.
All right, so let's tally it up here. So I took a total of 4 shotguns and 1 shot. So I think that puts me in second place.
Hit 3 shotguns, 1 shot. Alan just sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that fucking sucked, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
What was your count at?
I got 2 shots and 5 chugs. And look, just
Five
cause
chugs? Damn.
just cause I kind of fucked y'all, I guess, on that one. I honestly, I was like, I thought it was a good one. I mean, it was just one great removed, so that's why it's a lie. I mean, it's a lie. That's why I was like, it's a lie. I mean,
That was so whack, dude.
All right. So I got to say, out of all of our two truths and a lie, I think we have to crown Ivan. I mean, obviously, he walked away with the least amount of beers chugged or shotgunned and shots taken. But we got to give it to Ivan for his lies and his
creativeness.
truths. Yeah, I mean,
Dude, mine were elaborate.
Yours
dude,
were elaborate.
I if I would have picked a different category than celebrities, I think I could have gone perfect.
Dude, you just Alan. That's just too personal. Alan doing that one.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I had some different people I was going to throw in there, but man,
My goal was just to make them all like elaborate sounding.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, a lot of those were just shit that's really happened to me.
so I was telling Alan while you were having some technical difficulties, like straight from the get go, the number two, you had way too many details in there at first about the European girls.
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
Well,
there's way too many details. When Ivan gives details, that's when he lies. But then you start talking about the Noah kid, and Alan tried to give in his like wisdom about like knowing like these different people you've talked about. I was like, all right. So
because he
Dude,
has.
what?
He's
See,
told me about these people.
what did you think about the boss one though? The boss one was
I didn't believe that one, bro.
the boss one was pretty crazy, honestly. But like I said, what got me with that one was the Pixar lamp. I don't know why,
dude. I
but as
can't
soon as he
believe
said
that.
Pixar lamp, I was like, nah, there's no way.
You imagine it though. That's exactly how he'd be hopping.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's tough, dude.
But no, honestly, I thought you guys may have gotten the my second round one with the whole the working as a tutor, because I feel like I don't know. I mean, I've talked about that with Alan before, but I've never really talked about like the whole like people seeing me as like a student like
I
during
just,
that time. But
I just
I was
never
kind
would
of
have put.
thinking,
Just would have never put two and two together, bro.
yeah. Like I said, I was really excited about these. I thought I came up with some pretty elaborate lies there, and I knew that I had told Alan before about playing golf in high school and stuff like that. So I knew that the golf tournament one would get him pretty good. So I think the moral of the story here that we've learned is that we just can't listen to Alan all the time. Like sometimes he thinks he
Yeah,
knows all this
that's
shit, and
no kidding. Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't know what tripped you guys up so much about the book and tripping over a pallet.
I didn't believe that one. I did not believe that one.
Just I don't know. Something about it. It's like
Yeah,
just so random.
yeah. Oh, exactly. That's the whole thing. It was such a random event, but I remember it so vividly. Shrek 2 had just come out. I was reading the book, and yeah, I tripped over a pallet, broke my arm. But
It's
I mean,
hilarious.
I think we've learned a lot about each other tonight. It's been interesting stories. I would have never guessed Alan was a coin collector, honestly.
Dude, I'm telling you that Kennedy $50 is what really convinced me that he was a coin collector.
We do have a
It was
coin collection.
just it was just way too random of a thing. Like I heard Kennedy $50, and I was like, what? I was like, I haven't
Yeah,
heard of that in so long. That's how I knew. I was like, yeah, that's true.
yeah. That was a pretty good one, Alan. You got me on that one for sure. Oh man.
This
So
episodes.
what do you guys think? I mean, do we know each other a little bit better now? I mean, I feel like we told some pretty crazy stories. I mean,
I think Ivan. We know that Ivan can make a good lie.
that's for sure. Yeah.
I think Ivan can make a really good lie. So
See, I was really hoping, like, I was kind of playing to the fact you guys don't know too much about me, like, like, college. And that's what I was trying to, like, play more towards. That's why I thought the Tim Duncan thing would have gotten you guys. Like,
Alan just happened to know.
yeah, I know.
That was the only thing.
I really did not think that Alan. Oh, I don't even remember telling Alan about
you've told
meeting
me like
Thomas
3
Hayden
times.
Church.
Just because I remember when me and Wendy went to go see that Spider-Man No Way Home or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember that
You're
now.
like,
Yeah,
oh, I met the Sandman, and I was like, oh, for real.
yeah,
And you mentioned it multiple times after that too, so that's why I was like,
yeah,
yeah, I know that one.
yeah. Well, damn, good game, boys. You know what? I've got to say, this one was definitely not as bad as um, Draft
There's
Night.
still 8 shooters in here, so y'all go for it.
God,
I'll take another shot. I'll take a shot. Do that.
ugh, a victory shot.
I will, dude. I'm buzzing pretty good right now. You know.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty solid.
Yes,
Shots
6
all the way around.
Modelo's.
Shots all the way around.
I'll take a shot.
Fuck.
I'll drink to that.
Hey, to the podcast, right? And to Ivan winning this game. But no, guys, if you're listening, let us know what else you want to see us play. I mean, I think games like this are super fun. It's a good way for you guys to know us, for us to know each other a little bit better. And it's entertaining as hell. So, cheers, boys. Whew. Those got warm quick. All right, guys. I think that's where we are going to call it tonight. But we appreciate you guys so much for joining us on this episode of Bar Talk Live. Oh, I see that. Never Have I Ever Shots edition.
Ooh,
That's an interesting one to throw around.
never
That
That's an interesting one to throw around.
That one's gonna have boundaries. I don't know how far we could really.
That one would be a short Thursday night episode.
I think I would know too much about Alan.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I think y'all know too much about me to be like, if I've never done it, then y'all be like, oh yeah, he's done that.
Yeah. But we will definitely be coming up with some more different game night themed ideas. If you guys aren't following us already on our social media accounts, we have our Twitter account and we have our Instagram account. All of our social medias are linked to our Twitch page and any of our other pages as well. We also have our handles at the very top of the broadcast tonight, as you can see those. But yeah, you guys connect with us. Let us know what's going on. Let us know some things you'd like to see, what you'd like to see us do next, talk about, whatever, and we will get to it. But until then, this has been Bar Talk Live, and we'll see you next time.